Welcome to the Confidence Igniter podcast, the podcast that was designed to take you from basic to brilliant. And I am your host. My name is Tamiko Green. Now that is Tamiko with a Y, not a I, and not a E. Tamiko Green. I am so excited, as always, to be here today and to have you here with me. We have an awesome show. I'm just so excited about our guest today. I want you to think about something. If you were a train, if you were a train and you were going down the tracks, instead of looking at your own track, you kept looking at someone else's. And eventually you derailed. But that's what we do a lot of times in life. We keep our eyes on someone else's track, keeping us from reaching our own destination. Now, it doesn't matter if that destination is writing a book, can't write a book if you're looking at somebody else. If it's being a teacher, you can't get through school, you're looking at somebody else. But how about if you are a hip hop artist? Something to think about, because that's what our guest is today. I'm telling you, an amazing man. And let me tell you, in the world of independent hip hop artists, few embodies resilience and dedication quite like our guest today. With a career spanning over 38 years, he has remained true to his craft, overcoming challenges and evolving with each project. Please help me welcome to the set today, Black in Miles. Yes.
Hello, hello, how y'all
Hey.
doing? How y'all doing out there? What's
I'm
happening? What's
so
going on?
I know, right? I'm so excited. Like, this has been a minute in the making, right? Trying to get you here. Like, you a busy man. Like, you
Yeah,
really is doing it.
yes
Man, I'm
indeed,
so
yes indeed.
glad.
First of all, I'd like thank God for bringing me here. Thank God for waking me up this morning. Best of health. I thank Mom Duke's upstairs. Like to thank I Burn Duke, the number one I Burn Dukes, in the building. And my kids, my family, my friends, and shout out to the world.
All right. And I love the way you said it. You said, I want to thank God this morning, because I'm telling you, without God, nor I would be here. So yes, that's the first thing being thankful for in the morning. Well, we're going to go ahead and get the show started. But before we do, I know I did a little introduction about you, but you're a powerful man. Like, come on now.
It's
What
all
would you
God.
like
It's all
the
God.
viewers to know today?
It's all God, man. God is so amazing. It's so awesome. And through him, that's where I try to run. Nowhere else but God.
Well, so why don't you start off by telling the audience a little bit about yourself?
Yes, I actually started getting into hip hop in 1987. I heard Sugar Hill Gang back in the day, the Treacherous Three. Really, what caught my attention being a sophomore in high school. There was a lot of high schoolers freestyling, beatboxing, things like that. So I was always in tune with the culture and things like that. So what really inspired me was Boogie Down Productions. That's KRS One and Scott LaRock. The beats, the boom bap beats, the way the flow was true to their game. Conscious rap, style rap, all that. It just caught my attention real good. And I was like, wow, I think I could do something like this. And then it just was in my mind for a little while. And then when I heard Biz Markie come on the scene. He made it, comical, fun, and I'm a fun guy, a big fun-loving guy. So I said, you know what, I think I could do something like this. So I started writing, and I was beatboxing, so I started getting into the crowd in high school, and they was like loving it, you know what I mean? And I just started going on from there. Further fast forward, off and on, you go and have your haters say, you can't do this, do that, but I always kept my blinders on, always looked through the tunnel, and always had the spirit on me, you know what I mean, to keep going, and always like to prove people wrong. So I just kept doing on. Of course, I made a whole bunch of songs, wrote a lot of songs, stuff like that. Of course, wasn't good in the beginning on my end, you know, but because it wasn't out like the actual artist that was out there, but you got to work to get there. And so I just never gave up, just kept working, off and on struggles with mental health or whatever. So, but I just kept going, kept praying about it. And this is what I love to do. So I just kept going on and doing what I'm doing. And I recorded hundreds of songs, I made thousands of beats. And I just kept going. And then in 2022, towards the end of the pandemic, as I was working during the pandemic, but towards the end of the pandemic, yeah, I said, you know what, let me start putting my music out. Just put it out there, but it had to be a way where I could just avoid the record companies and just do my own thing independently. That way I could be at peace while I'm doing my music and not going on somebody else's schedule, not going on what should I say, what should I do, how I should do it, who I should be named. This is me. So I want to do everything that comes from me and through God. So independent artist, that's the lane I have chose. It has been great from here.
All right, all right. I like that. I like that. And you know what? I wanted you to tell the audience a little bit about you before I actually told them what the topic is, because then they will understand more of the topic we will be coming from today, which is Built to Last. And I really love that because that is actually one of the singles on your album, which is Built to Last. And that means a lot. That speaks volume because when I think about being built to last, that makes me think about, you know what, no matter what comes my way, you throw me lemons, I'm going to make some lemonade. Okay. And it's going to be sweet. Okay. So whatever come my way. And it seemed like you've had some challenges in your life but when you looked at those challenges, you didn't see them as something that would stop you. You didn't see them as the opposition of being pessimistic. You seen it as the opposition of being optimistic. So if there was a wall, I'm thinking you was like, you know what? That's all right. I'll cut a hole and make an open door. So I really really like that. I do. So I do have a couple of questions that I have for you. And one of the things that stood out to me with you is that your mom and your aunt Burns was very inspirational in your life.
Yes.
And a lot of times when we're working on something, we need that inspiration because you get to a roadblock in your life in that process. So my question to you is, what is your why behind your craft? What keeps you focused when you hit these roadblocks that other people would shut down, but yet you keep going? What's your why?
I have a lot of whys, but my main why was my mom had suffered from lupus. She's passed in over 20 years ago, but she passed of lupus. So she's been sick since I was 11 years old. And so I just see her just working through all that, fighting through all that and never quitting on life. And she always told me never to quit. No matter what I'm into, she said don't quit. No matter what they say, you're gonna have some people that's gonna be jealous of you, hate on you, say bad things, and of that. So she's been said, feed it as motivation and keep asking God and keep talking to God for that. And that's what kept me pushing each time. And that's, I'm human. So it's been times where I say, I don't want to do this no more or whatever because of the outside challenges. But I pray about it and I get right back in that pocket and I just keep on going. And then another wise, people love my music, whether they're old, whether they're, around my age or even the young kids like my stuff. It just keeps me pushing. Hey, Black and Miles, what's the next one? What's the next one? When's the next one? I'm hearing that all the time. I'm hearing people, say, hey, man, I heard your music, man. Da, 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 da. People, talk and stuff like that. And that just keeps me going. And then right now my streams are going up the roof, and that keeps me more motivated. It just puts more hours in. So
Okay, okay. I like that. I like that. And one thing about our mothers, whether it's such as you, my mom passed on as well, but they instill those certain values in us. And when we follow them, your mom said keep pushing. No matter what. Yeah, you're gonna have the haters, but I was always taught that the best revenge is success.
there you go.
Because even though people may hate on you, you know what? It's like you just keep going. They may count you out, but who cares what they counting? Because it's your count that counts. Oh, I like that. Ooh,
Yeah, that's a good
that's
one.
pretty good.
I might have to write that down.
I know it's your count that counts. Okay,
Right.
it doesn't matter what they say, But I really like that, and I tell people all the time, you have to have a why. You have to have a why that keep you going, because you're going to get those obstacles. I mean, even myself, I've had many obstacles and recent obstacles. I had a recent obstacle just last week, and I did not want to show up on the podcast.
Wow.
But yeah, because I got some news that just knocked me off my feet. But the show must go on. And I love that about you. I love how you like, okay, this happened, but here's my why. And I think sticking to that why, and another thing you said was, you said, I keep my blinders on. And every time I hear people say that, I always think about a horse running a race. He has those blinders on. So that's awesome. That's awesome. So, my next question will be, so of course, there are a lot of independent hip hop artists, um, but they're hip hop artists. So whether you move it or not, you're a hip hop artist. But a lot of them, they can't see a path forward, because a lot of times they're looking at everything that they don't have. I don't have, the money or the studio or whatever it takes. So human nature for many of us is always to look at what we don't have versus looking at what we have. So what advice would you give to an inspiring independent artist to help them?
Yes, a lot of things. I'm gonna break it down for you. First, as far as money, I didn't have much when I was, building this stuff up, but it took time. A home studio, you don't need much like a big studio. You don't have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to get all the equipment. All you need is a laptop, a USB microphone, a digital audio workstation, which not even $500 for a digital audio workstation. That's the main meat and potatoes of everything. And see, I'm a tabletop producer where I like the hardware. I can show you something real quick. This is one of my first hardwares I had bought. It was like $400, the MPC Studio. You really don't even need this, but me
Okay.
being, a golden age, era hip hop boom bap artist, I like to use the hardware where I like the, the hardcore drums and stuff like that, the eerie samples. So, I got a few, a few of these right here. It's just building up and
Mhm.
just keep working, keep adding. Stay off the street, spending all your money in the bars and the clubs and stuff like that, and designer gear to be seen, because nobody really cares at the end of the day. You see what I'm saying? So
Right,
save your
right.
money, stack up, and I can give you a couple of websites where you can finance your equipment. You ain't got to buy it outright. You finance it like you're financing a car or a house or whatever. You can go on sweetwater.com. Shout out to Sweetwater. You can go on americamusicalsupply.com. You can finance your equipment. You can put your first monthly payment down there, have equipment in your house within 2 days. Shipped to you, and you can get to work and just pay on your monthly bill on that. You ain't gotta have, people get intimidated, with, oh God, I need 10, 20, 30, 40, $50,000 to get started. No, you don't. You can have simple as a couple of $100 to get started. Yeah. So what I did is I built my equipment up. As you can see, I got a small room in my house. I built it up, you know what I mean? And I just got to work. And I'm in here 12, 16 hours a day working. You got to work hard. You got to keep at it. And as an independent artist, get with a distribution company and get working. You don't need record companies nowadays. You got the internet. You got social media. I'm out here marketing every day. I'm my own marketer. I'm my own manager. I'm my own boss, my own producer, my own writer. I do everything. I even record myself, mix and master myself. But all that takes time. You got to have patience and keep God close.
And now, see, that last one was powerful. Keep God close. I love that you do have to have patience. And you know what? And I think a lot of times we don't look at like so much that you can do without, like, some people I want to go out in a studio. No, create your own studio. Like, I have my own studio, because it's like, why, when you're first building a business, you got to keep more in than you sending out. But I think sometimes, life is about perception, right? So, sometimes you can look at social media and you see, the people out there and they're doing it. So like, I want to do it like them. But like you said, you gotta be patient. You gotta trust the process. And definitely you gotta keep God close. Because that's the only way you're going to really, really get to where you want to go in life. but you definitely gotta, I always say, keep your eyes on your own tracks, because it ain't nothing like being on a train and the conductor is looking at track B and y'all riding on track A. I can guarantee you that train gonna flip, okay?
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
And,
but
and and it's also knowing your audience too. You got so many different audiences. I grew up through all the eras of hip hop. I mean, when it first started, in the '70s, and growing up through all that, what they got on going on now with the trap and the drill and all that. Those are phases of hip hop. Remember the crunk music in the '90s? Remember the crunk
mhm,
music like in the 2000s, when they had the crunk music, and now then it went to trap and then it went to drill. But
right.
real hip hop is here. Boom bap, boom bap, real hip hop. The essence from the '90s, the golden era, that stuff never dies. It's still flowing. It's still flowing. Underground hip hop, and that's my lane. So I know the fans, know what kind of music to fit in with those fans. And then some of these other fans that's in the trap, in the drill or whatever, they love what I'm doing because it's real. There's no cursing in my music. I ain't gotta say the N word. I ain't gotta say the B word. I ain't gotta say the H word. I ain't gotta say the P word. You know what I mean? I ain't gotta say none of the curse words, what I mean, that's normally said in life and stuff like that. That way I can get all the audiences together and hear it, and there's no, explicit stickers on my stuff. Even little kids, babies can listen to it. It's all positive, inspirational, motivational, and it's fun rap too. The music is good. You can, it's cool. It's all that.
It's all that, huh? Well, you know what? I'll probably be putting you on the spot if I say kick me down a beat. They always do that. They get you on the set and then they say kick me down a beat. Come
Mhm.
on now.
Yeah.
That'd probably be putting you on the spot, wouldn't it? Yeah, keep that. Wait a minute. Now, look, the next time you show up, I'm gonna get one out of you, right?
We'll keep that on wax. We'll leave no lids off the table.
I like that. I like that. And I really appreciate your rap because, like you said, it's clean. And I know back in the day, like, these are the breaks. I remember that one. And LL
Yeah.
Cool J. I like the music that I didn't have to like beat my own ears, like beep, because you saying something that is just not cool. Like I always say, there's always, for every foul word or curse word, whatever you want to call it, that you want to use, there's always another word that you could use in its place and, make your music where everybody can listen to it. Because I think you can, jam to the beat of clean music just as much as somebody say with all of the cursing in it. And that's the kind of rap I don't listen to. I
And
don't listen
and
to
it's
that at
crazy you say that. It's crazy to say that because in 1998, I remember my mama have a conversation with me. I was in the Navy at the time, and I was on vacation. And I was at her house sitting at the dining room table, and she had her coffee. I was eating my breakfast, and she said she heard some of the stuff I had did over in Japan when I was stationed over there, and this was the 19. I never forget. I was in transition from Japan going to Florida at the time, but it was at like my last few months in Japan. I was on vacation, and she said, "Son, do you have to curse in your songs?" I said, "Yeah, Mom, I gotta be hard. I gotta be hard. I gotta, I'm soft if I don't curse or whatever, this and that. That's called soft rap. That's pop rap or whatever." And she gave me this blank look. She stared at me for about 15 seconds. I said, "What, Mom? What?" She's like, "You don't need to curse, to be hard and stuff like that." He said, "There's thousands of words in the dictionary. Get your vocabulary up. Where people listen to your stuff, they hear a word, they're like, what is that? They got to look in the dictionary. You got to keep people thinking. And when you get people thinking, you keep people interested. Because everybody's saying the curse words, and everybody can predict when you're about to say a curse word in your songs, how the song is moving. But you throw them off with different things, with different words. So that stuck with me, and I went on from there. And to this day, I don't curse at all since 1998.
Like, I like that. And first of all, I'm gonna say thank you for your service. We both are military, right? And I always tell people the thing about the military is that they teach you about sticking to it. I always say, look, I'm a one woman's army. I can tear down a bridge and turn around and build it back. And if I have to, I'll tear it down again. So, having that background of stick to it. You gotta go it. You got to do it. And I love the fact how your mom, when you said you was over in Japan and you write and you like, I gotta go hard. I gotta go hard. Now that's a perception that you gotta go hard with curse words. But your mom is like, come on now, make people think. Be intriguing, make people like, what the heck? You know what? Let me go find the dictionary. I gotta enhance my own vocabulary, but I love that. And I think that is so important, especially in the world that we live in today. I think it's so important to put out something clean because we can always find something, negative out there, So the mere factor that your music is positive, it's good. And I always say when you listening to something positive, that in itself make you want to keep moving. When you hear some positive music, you like, and then you look at the artist and you like, man, he's doing it. I know if he doing it, I can do it. So you become someone's inspiration. And so that's good. So I want to know, so I'm sure that the viewers are probably saying, man, where can I get his music from? Is he got any upcoming shows? What happened if I want him to come and perform at an event that I have? How do people reach you?
Yeah, I'm on social media. I'm on IG and Facebook. My Facebook is Mr. Black. That's MISPAH Black. 2 words. And my IG is Black and Miles. BLAKNMILEZ. That's 1 word. They can reach me on there, hit me on my inbox, and we'll see what we can talking business. And if it's business, whatever, I got attorneys, I plug in together and we make it happen. But I like big boy shows, not small shows, big boy shows. I did all the small stuff. Now it's big time, big boy shows. Open up for some Mary J. Blige's, open them up for some Wu-Tang Clan, some Nas's. I do all that.
That you clarified what the big boy shows was, because I'm about to say,
Concerts.
what? Yeah, I get it now. But just in case somebody else was listening, like the big boy shows, what are you
Yeah.
talking about? Oh, you's a big timer. When you said big time, you meant big time.
Big
Hey,
time.
what you say? Look, I done climbed up.
Yeah.
All right, so don't get it twisted. If you need me, I'm here, but with big boys. All right,
And
I
I
like
also do
that.
solo shows where I'm the main attraction. So if you got if somebody got something lined up for that, well, me and the attorneys will talk. We'll get it in.
All right, what you say, the main attraction? I like that. Ain't nothing like the main attraction, okay? I love it. I
Bar
love
set
it.
high.
Look, hey, that's my theme right there. Bar, raising the bar. I always say you got to raise the bar. You got to be bold, ambitious, and resilient. And I will tell you, that's what your story is. You are bold, you are ambitious, and you definitely are resilient.
And also,
We're
also for the independent artists too. Sometimes you gotta learn to say no too. If it don't make sense to you, just say no. It don't hurt to do that. There's many opportunities to go around. So just don't settle on stuff that you're easy on. Don't do stuff that you're gonna get underpaid or underappreciated for. You got to know your worth.
And I agree with that. There's an old saying, only you can enhance your own value. And if you don't know the value of you, nobody else will. You your own brand. People talking about I gotta go find my brand. When you stepped out onto earth, you became your own brand. Now, how you want people to see your brand and what you want people to know about your brand, that's up to you. Always remember you are own CEO. You're your own author, because from day one you stepped into this on this earth, you started writing your own book. So I really like that. But before we end this show, I want to know, is there anything else that you would like to tell the viewers today?
Yes. Like to tell the viewers, hear my music. I got 4 albums that's released out. I got Half Century. That's the first album I came out with. Followed up with Son of Sarah. I followed up with Sports Pack. Sports Pack is still trending upward. My single Gretzky is making enormous numbers right now. And I just released the album a couple of weeks ago. Actually, in fact, it was on Valentine's Day, the #1 I'm Burn Dukes album. Start there with the #1 I'm Burn Dukes album and then go all the way back to the beginning. Yeah, I will highly appreciate that. Good music, good feel, good music. Like I said, there's no cursing, no derogatory language in it. It's inspirational, motivational, and it is uplifting. The beats are crazy, you know. The beats, you know, you have your head knocking, have you dance and all that. Some even laid back. So it's a variety of versatility, a lot of styles in there. But hope y'all enjoy it. And like I say, Mr. Black on Instagram. No, Black and Miles on Instagram. Mr. Black on Facebook. All right. So check me out, y'all. Much appreciative. Keep grinding. Never give up. Treat others how you want to be treated. And praise God.
I like that. Treat others the way you want to be treated. Praise God. Well, I tell you, I have enjoyed this show with you. Our topic, built to last. You have proven you are built to last. But before we go, I want to remind all of the viewers of our upcoming conference, Confidence Igniter Conference, which is going to be on May 10th of this year, 2025, May 10th, from 2 to 6 p.m. Tickets are on sale. You can go to my website at www.tamiko green, and that is Tamiko with a Y, not an I, not an E. That is Tamiko with a Y. That is www.tamikogreen.com, and you will see the flyer for the event. And if you just click purchase tickets, the tickets are on sale for $40. And just know that a portion of the proceeds will be going to help feed the homeless. So it's an event where you give, but also you're giving back. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed this show.
Oh, I
And
had a
if you
great
haven't
time.
yet,
Thank you so much.
yes,
Thank you so much.
and if you have not subscribed to the show, please subscribe. Please hit the like button. And most of all, please share. Thank you for your time. Until we meet again on next week. Hey, hey, have
God
a
bless you.
wonderful day.
God bless you.
God bless
And I
you.
appreciate you. Thank God. And shout out to the world. Y'all keep grinding out there, y'all. Never stop. We built
Yes,
to last.
built to last.